It's Week 12 of the NFL.
And we have Amon-Ra St. Brown on center stage. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history.
It's the Lions and the Colts, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to one of the league's most recognizable homes, Lucas Oil Stadium, opened in 2008 here in Indianapolis. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Matt Prater ready to get this one going. And here we go from Indy. Khalif Raymond to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. They'll be led out by this promising young signal caller, already a starter in his first season out of Ole Miss.
Kate, when I watch these rookie quarterbacks running out to open a game, I think of the old World Series great pitcher Cliff Lee. And he made a one-handed play in the World Series and was asked about it afterwards. They said, man, how do you have so much poise? You didn't even look nervous on that stage. And he said, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. You got to tell yourself you'll be just fine. And these rookie QBs, that's part of the learning curve they're climbing.
It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Here's a counter give to Gibbs. Runs into traffic and hits a wall, no gain. Like so many before him, he's brought down by DeForest Buckner. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. One of the tight ends in motion left. 2nd and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. This offense looking to converge as they come up on 3rd down. Oh, they faked the spike. They're going to throw. Gets it quickly to St. Brown. Now he's past the 25. There it is. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions take a 6-0 lead right away. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fox now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So now the Colts getting their first opportunity on offense in this game. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick, who unfortunately had that rookie season cut short at just 4 games. Good to have him back from Florida, Anthony Richardson.
Well, injury, it robbed all of us, Kate, and I mean all of us, from watching the development of Anthony Richardson. Such an unbelievable, unique skill set. As big and strong as any quarterback in this league. And if he took last year's experience of watching Gardner Minshew, just watching a pro go to work, if he took that experience with his skill set, well, the sky is the limit.
Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They go again with Taylor. Still finding room past the 45. And he's finally brought down just a yard shy of midfield. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Hauled in by Downs. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Warren's got it, complete. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the 1st.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Has it at the 7. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. He's on the move. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Colts finish off their opening drive. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Now Prager on to send it away. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Lions and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown getting set for their next drive. And he's already kicked off this game with a touchdown. Plenty of time to add another as he sits among the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns this season. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. We'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Well, if early results hold here today, partner, it would appear that this guy's in store for a busy game. They've already made it a priority going his way.
They always want to get a guy this talented the ball early, right? Just get him in confidence, get him in rhythm. But this game lines up well against this defense who right now has got no answers for his game.
It's taken in by Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd and 8. Connects on one to Jamison Williams. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. They motion the tight end over. On first down, it's Gibbs. He finds space into the red zone. And he's finally taken down at the 16-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And in for the Detroit touchdown. Well, this is something we've been monitoring, and it's actually happened for just the 3rd time ever. A player has caught 20 touchdowns in a single season as he joins a couple of the greatest to do it, Jerry Rice and Randy Moss, in this exclusive club. Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Fox now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Colts with their offense out, their second drive coming up. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
On first down, it's Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Alex Anzalone there on the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here's 2nd and 5. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Alex Anzalone with the pick. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner, and sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions double their lead to 14. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Here's a return from the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Here comes the Colts offense now for another possession. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, Taylor. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Gets this one to Pierce. That play good for 17 and a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Taylor now up the middle. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. That holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. He's got to gain a 6 there. Terrion Arnold in on the stop. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Completed over the middle. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Forced out to his right. He takes it himself. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts lower the deficit to a single possession. Michael Pittman Jr. with the touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Prater adds the PAT. And the Colts chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's Raymond on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And they've had a real connection looking his way in our opening half. Seems pretty clear that he's the one the coverage is going to have to adjust to and start slowing down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Coming right is Gibbs. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions grow their early lead to 13. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions double their lead to 14. Fox now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. The Colts ready to take the field. And the touchdowns got to keep coming for them as they still trail here. Richardson now on 1st and 10. On target to Downs. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. Well, these top-tier offenses have brought the firepower so far. Plenty of points in that first quarter. It's a 2-score game early. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. It's an option to the left side. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Option give to Taylor. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
First down throw here from Richardson. Taken in by Pierce. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. DJ Reed brings him down that time.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Now a toss play. Taylor. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. There's a pause now. Somebody hurt on that play, and this is one to keep an eye on. It's Jonathan Taylor who's shaken up. Ball at the 33 for first down. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Terrion Arnold has it. And the Lions get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
So that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And this truly has been an excellent campaign for him, sitting among the NFL's top 5 in receiving yards. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And he'll get it up to the 44. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Man in motion here. Here's 2nd and 2. St. Brown's got it. Complete. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that gives the Lions the first. Wow, the start he is on. This is going to be a heck of a performance if he and his quarterback can keep this pace up today, Brock.
And by starting so strong, he's going to benefit all of his fellow receivers. This defense is going to have to start dictating coverage to him, and it's going to open up his boys.
Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. And after the play, one of the Colts still out there injured. We get a brief stoppage here as they check on him. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Finds him over the middle. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Caught by Washington, left side. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. I picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Lucky that didn't end as an interception. So now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Throwing on 2nd and 4. And he makes the catch on the sideline. Oh, but they call it out of bounds. This close to 6.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
And the catch is made. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions parlay the interception into points. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions stretch their lead to 21. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying an inside give to Herbert. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
At the 26-yard line.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Connects with his back, Khalil Herbert. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Alex Anzalone there on the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by DJ Reed. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
It's taken in by Williams. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here's 2nd and 14. It's taken in by Washington. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Third and 4 coming up now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. And a lot of things Jerry Rice did we might never see equaled again, but that's what he's just done here. It's his 22nd touchdown catch of the season. That matches the career best of Rice and puts him 1 behind the NFL record. Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Lions continue piling onto this lead.
Colts 14.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now the Indianapolis offense heading out. And Brock, I know the goal is always points every drive, but I think just as big a goal, got to play clean football here. You cannot give it away for a 3rd consecutive possession.
Yeah, we call that rebuilding some confidence in yourself as a group, right? Just to execute without the mistakes. Pros, you can shake off a turnover with ease, but back-to-back, even the seasoned vets have a little trouble getting past that.
And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Shotgun handoff to Herbert. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Here's Richardson. Pittman's got it. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. He picks up 15 on the play. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Out of the option, he's going to keep it going right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
From the gun, here's Herbert. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with 3rd and long. Now Richardson to throw. It's caught, Herbert. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Now Richardson on 4th down. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
That's complete to Pittman. And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. Michael Pittman Jr. with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one splits the uprights. And the Colts cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. Now Prater on to send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Lions headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together, finding the end zone. Back to throw on 1st and 10. Off the mark there, incomplete pass.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They'll go right side with Gibbs. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross. We're at the 2-minute warning of a high-scoring game so far. My goodness. It's the Lions with 7 to go here on 3rd down. Now looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
The Colts and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. So no return on that punt. And the Colts will take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, Richardson. He's got Pierce. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Working quickly here. It's taken in by Herbert. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
He has the first over the middle. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They'll throw again, Richardson. He completes it in traffic. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Oh no, they get him yet again! Jack Campbell with the INT. And the Lions are gonna have it after his second interception of the season.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. First and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Got Williams, and it's complete. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Lions.
Throwing now from the gun. Got Washington, it's complete. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Here's second and 2. Oh, he nearly reeled that in, as close as you can get, but just an exciting incompletion.
This is an excellent job, Kate, right here by the defense to deny that big play and make them earn it offensively. If they want to reach the end.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Well, we can see he made the catch. He definitely has possession, but did both of those feet hit down in the end zone?
Yeah, get that zoom button ready to go. Get the magnifying glass. Was there any green right between his feet and that end line? That's what they're going to be looking for in the replay booth.
They sent it out to New York just to be safe, and the folks there saw enough to change that call. Point after up and good from Bates. And the Lions grow their lead yet again.
21.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. They've got first and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
It's a loss of 2.
That brings us to the break, and it's the visiting Lions holding an early advantage. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And as they approach halftime, it's the Bears who are out in front. The newest Bear, DeAndre Swift, with a touchdown run. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Noah Brown, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Jalen McMillan, a touchdown reception. In the first half, we saw a solid outing by the rookie quarterback. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag if it's not already. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Colts are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we work our way through this regular season, you can see he's currently sitting in the top 5 of the league in passing. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Herbert straight ahead. He'll cobble together a yard there. Tackled by Jack Campbell. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by DJ Reed. And forget the interception, he makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Now, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions tack on 7 more to their lead.
Colts 21.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick-6 as it's sent away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Colts ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And unfortunately, he's been completing passes to the opposition seemingly as often as he's been finding his own guys today. We've seen some other quarterbacks lifted by this point, Brock, but not so. They're keeping the faith that he can recover and put some positives out there at some point. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Herbert on the give, headed left. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. Following that completion, a member of the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw, here's Richardson. Gets this one to Pierce. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You felt it the second this play bounced toward the outside, this defense responded. They pounced. That was their chance to get to him before he could get the couple inches he needed for a first down.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. That's going to be caught by Washington. And he'll get it up to the 27.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. It's Gibbs on the carry. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Another one for Gibbs. And he's brought down for a loss. Now we have a momentary stoppage for an injured Colt as they get somebody out there to tend to him. The Colts setting a man in the secondary here. 3rd down coming up. Pass play coming here. Setting up the running back screen. And he'll get it up to the 44. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Setting up a throw. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Gibbs now from the gun. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down. He's going to throw this one. This one to Williams out left side. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Throw complete to Williams.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And that hit stops him in his tracks. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
3rd down from the gun. That's complete to St. Brown outright. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The Colts offense set to head out. And like a swarm of hornets, the coverage has been everywhere this offense has tried to throw it. So many possessions lost to interceptions as we're being... Oh no, they get him yet again! Saute Samuel Jr. makes the play.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He's a play caller. He was an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the intended receiver. So 2nd down coming up. Running it with Gibbs. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. It was Preston Smith with a stop. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down. They'll throw it. St. Brown there to bring it in. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. If only every game could go like this for him, right? He's been fed targets, and it seems like he's not just been able to bring them in, but he's been making good things happen every time he gets that football.
I'm having Marvin Harrison flashbacks right now, Kate. Being on the sidelines, watching that guy work, and in games like this, moments like this, where you can't feed him enough because that defense just simply has no answers.
And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Again, it's Gibbs. And they bring him down around the 34. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Running it with David Montgomery. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions parlay the interception into points. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. The 23rd of the season, tying the record for receiving scores in 1 year. And with that touchdown catch, his 23rd of the year. He's equaled the NFL record held by Randy Moss from that phenomenal 2007 campaign with the Patriots. Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions continue adding on to that lead.
Colts 21.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Indianapolis offense ready to take another swing at it. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the 3rd. They give to Herbert, running left. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
On the ground, it's Herbert again. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. DJ Reed brings him down that time.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
This is reeled in by Pittman. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First down throw here from Richardson. On target to Downs. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A run now with Herbert. Room to run inside the 20. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll be first down, Colts.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you.
And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Colts put at least a tiny dent into that lead. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line, the concentration was there. Catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know. Do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Colts cut into the lead by another point. Now Prater on to send it away. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. It's taken in by Washington. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Lions.
They'll come up 1st and 10. A give up the gut to Montgomery. Across midfield to the 45. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, and they go right back to him. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the third quarter. Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Lions football, and they've got to be happy about this lead to start the fourth. Second down now, 7 to go. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with third down and 5. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be fourth down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
Has the direction, but not the distance. It falls just short. And looking at the scoreboard, Brock, I think they can weather the miss there.
Something I would have never said 20 years ago, Kate, when I started this business, but it rattles through my big old noggin now. That miss really has an effect on fantasy football owners more than anybody else. Imagine the poor soul somewhere, anywhere, who ends up losing in fantasy this week, specifically because of that miss.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. A quick slant into the hands of Downs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Michael Pittman Jr. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Love that call, Brock, going for the slant route, trying to move the chains, but the defense read it all the way. They had somebody right there ready to knock that ball out.
You know, if there's one thing consistent with you, Kate, you do love that route.
I love that route, man.
You love the slant. I know. It's from you.
And they pick him off again. Brian Branch has it. And the Lions capitalize on yet another interception thrown in this game.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, I knew it at the time. I think everybody did. We knew the Legion of Boom was special, right? That entire secondary, but their safety's ability, Earl and Cam, to come downhill, to make those tackles behind the line of scrimmage as he just did. Yeah, man, you appreciate great safety play like that.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Here's 2nd and 11. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And that brings up 4th and long. The Lions readying for the punt. And this is the second time he's been brought on to kick it. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Colts have a long football field ahead of them on this drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Finds his man Downs.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 24. Throw complete to Herbert. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st down, it's Richardson. Taken in by Pierce. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 38-yard line.
They'll throw again. Richardson. Hauled in by Downs. And he'll get it up to the 44. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Quick slant taken in by Pittman. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again, following the sack. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Throwing now, Richardson. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by DJ Reed. And after the play, one of the Colts still out there injured. We get a brief stoppage here as they check on him. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Handoff running left. Here's Gibbs. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Coming right is Gibbs. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Makes the grab in bounds left side. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that gives the Lions the first.
A gain of 33 yards on the play. First down, Detroit.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Throwing now on first down. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Kenny Moore with the pick. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. Prater on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts cut the lead down to a more manageable 28 points. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Here's Raymond on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A give to Gibbs. And not much. He maybe got a few across the 30 to about the 32. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Now Gibbs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered gate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be their football. The offense headed back to the field. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Richardson now on 1st and 10. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Looking for Michael Pittman Jr. on that throw. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Richardson to throw. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Richardson on 3rd. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. Terrion Arnold has it. And the Lions take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's a give to Gibbs. And he gets this down to the 22 before being stopped. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
On first down, it's Gibbs. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
On 2nd and 9. This throw is cut. And this one doesn't go far.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And he's got it. Had to lay out for it, but touchdown. The Lions keep running away with this. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. His 6th of the game. That's the first NFL player to catch that many in one contest. Wow. Well, it takes a lot to top Randy Moss, but he has found a way to do it this season. That's his 24th touchdown catch of the year, and that supplants Moss for the greatest scoring season for an NFL pass catcher all time. Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he gets crunched by a big hit, right at the 25 to end that return. Here comes their offense out again. And the last 2 drives have been teaching tape for that defense, Brock, and probably have earned this offense a lecture in the near future as well. Just haven't been able to take care of that football.
Yeah, I just kind of want to focus on those guys, everything they're doing on that side, because the humble pie this offense is eating, it's been a tough watch.
That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. 1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down throw here from Richardson. On target to Downs. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Second and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He's got Pierce. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Richardson now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short. Matt Prater on for the field goal try. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And Brock, I'd say that's more of a moral victory than something that's really going to affect the deficit much.
After I'd imagine dozens and dozens of kicks into that net on the sideline staying warm, Kate, he finally gets his chance to knock a field goal through the uprights. And of course, he wasn't going to whiff on that opportunity.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll go right side with Gibbs. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Another one for Gibbs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Here's a give to Gibbs. That's a 1st and even more past the 40. And he's finally brought down just a yard shy of midfield. And this is now a 100-yard game for him after that last carry. Man, what a strong day he's had running it for this offense. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. So the Lions get the win on the road. And yet another challenger is vanquished as they continue to carry this undefeated season in November. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Indy.